Partnership accounts. I would like to start my partnership accounts with the introduction of admission of a partner. I have incorporated all the essential concepts which are needed to understand the topic. I operate through a fulfillment center. I am Doraila. Episode 1, Revaluation Account. Let me consider a situation. Two partners, K19 and K20, are doing business under the partnership since the year 2010. Please note down this year. They decided to admit Corona 20 in the year 2018. Also note this. Based on this, I would like to form two situations. Situation 1 are those events that took place between 2010 and 2018 where K19 and K20 are exclusive owners. They are expected to speak to the liability and outsiders they own assets and property. From 2018 onwards, the situation has changed where the liabilities and capital vis-a-vis the assets and properties are owned by K19, K20 and C20. Therefore, in 2018, the picture is very clear. The liabilities and capital vis-a-vis the assets and properties are owned by K19, K20 and C20. Friends, since the incoming partner, Corona, is likely to take up the job from 2018 onwards, he has become one of the owners of the business wherein he has got every right to claim the assets and property and also liable for liability. Need for preparation of a revaluation account. Let me insert my Bluetooth so that I can be very focused. Since the fixed assets are likely to fluctuate, there's a need to maintain its value. The current assets are likely to be written off due to its obsolescence. The trade debtors, including account receivables, may fail to honor their promises out of turn. Therefore, provision has to be made. Trade creditors may come to our rescue through our constant patronage and allow discount. Due to changes in assets and liabilities on the date of admission, the balance sheet should be maintained at its true value. Be careful, true value, and avoid either overstating or understating its value. Since the incoming partner becomes one of our family members on his admission to the firm, he must be kept informed of the real status of the business through the balance sheet. Thank you. Flashback on balance sheet. I have five parameters. It is the horoscope, it is the storehouse, it is the living organism, it is like your degree certificate, it is the gateway. I classify the assets as uh, what you already understood, but I will elaborate it as the tangible, the intangible, and the financial. Right? Three important areas. Under the financial, I'll subclassify into fixed and the current. Right? So this is the classification, and I would like to induct to you the components of tangible. Under the tangible, we bring in the fixed assets and current assets, intangible goodwill patent, fixed financial refers to deposits, current financial it is cash balances. So these are all the very peptic talk on the classification. Thank you. Tongue twisting jargons, open your mind but not your mouth because of corona, right? Let me take fixtures first. It refers to properties, that is integrated into land or building. Then we come down to the trade fixtures. It is specific to trade, business and industry. Then we switch on to the marketable securities, which refers to investment that have a liquid market to sell. Inventory, very important. Now it is known as stock. It refers to raw materials components. Then we'll move on to the patent and trademark, which are nowadays known as the data asset. Therefore, friends, we are supposed to go on creation of identity that we call the brand equity through quality, service, and ambience. These are all things which we have to be familiarized. Join me in identifying the components of asset side, right? See right hand side. Consider the balance sheet on the date of admission. Date of admission is important. Categorize the assets into fixed, current, and fictitious. Familiarize with the fixed assets and the tangible and intangible assets. Give more importance for the investment portfolio and identify your current assets and give more attention to cash balances, which acts as a sponge. The more you squeeze, the more it comes out. This is what we call referring to the right hand side through my hand. Liability, see left hand side, see my hand, how it's going to shoot you. Liabilities, no, don't please. Liability side, refer to left hand side of the balance sheet. Again, we give more attention to admission date. That's very important. The entire exercise is due to admission. Now, the categorization of liabilities falls into partners' capital, reserves and surplus, mortgage loan, and current liabilities. Familiarize with the components. Now, of course, you know what are the components. First is capital account as per the balance sheet. Then we also identify the reserves and surplus, the various reserves. Then we put our finger on long-term liabilities, mortgage loans and other loans raised during the year. Then current liabilities, trade creditors, accounts payables, bank overdraft, outstanding expenses. Now, these are all the liabilities components to be reckoned with. Items to be compared. Balance sheet with adjustment. Oh, my friend is there. He's crawling. Wait now, now. Let me finish up then. Wait now. I'll consider first the assets. Now, fixed assets which are liable for depreciation, land and building, plant and machinery, furniture, fixtures, loose tools. Then these are all known as the tangible assets. Correspondingly, intangible assets, patent, goodwill, trademark, these are not depreciable one, but they'll be amortized. It has to be amortized. Investment, look into the bank deposits, bonds. It always have a tendency to go upward in value. Current assets, accounts receivable, debtors, inventory. So this all has to be taken into account. Always ignore the cash balances. Be careful. Don't take the cash balances because it has no effect either through increase or decrease. Switch over to the liability side. What are the items you have to keep in mind? Don't consider the capital account of existing partners naturally. Avoid taking the reserve fund, all others, but consider the current liabilities such as trade creditors, accounts payable, short term. Always ignore the reserve fund, general reserve. These belongs to the existing partners, and the incoming partner does not have the right to claim on that. So these are the items you have to keep in mind for comparison. Tips to proceed in preparation of. Let me wait. See two arrows. One is downward, indicating decrease in value of liabilities. One is upward, increase in value of assets. Both will result in gain, not income. Not income. Let me welcome the revaluation account. Right now, what are the tips I would like to give it to you at the time of admission, retirement, and death with regard to preparation of revaluation account? It is a ghost account, that is normal account. You must be conversant with the golden rule. Debit all losses and credit all gains. I know you'll be very familiar with this golden rule. Then switch on to record. Record only the changes in assets and liabilities. For this, consider the balance sheet value and the adjustment value. Base your calculation on this. My calculation is if market value is greater than book value, it is gain. If book value is greater than market value or market value is less than book value, it is loss. Therefore, it is the gateway for preparation of balance sheet after admission. This small tips will help you to avoid the too much of involvement in getting yourself confused. I love this slide. This slide is used for two purposes. One is for ledger posting, the other one is for passing journal entries based on this ledger. This can be used for the slide 16 and 17. The For the ledger posting, it is divided into two parts. That is on the left hand side and the right hand side on the T format. Let us welcome the revaluation account. On the right hand side, the credit gain title of account rupees indicated as buy, and I will record individual items with amount. Audit is there, asset amount is there, the liability amount is there. All the details will be provided in the next slide. Asset is there, then prepaid expenses. Explanation will be given in the next slide. Now switch on to the left hand side, debit side, loss, title, rupees 2. Again, all the items are noted down there. All the explanation again without any ambiguity, without any confusion, it has been given there. Then insert the credit total, and the difference between the credit total and debit total is known as profit. This profit is nothing but the revaluation profit. On the other hand, if the debit total is more than the credit total, it's the revaluation loss. This is for the first part of your ledger posting. Take the to pause journal entry. Look at my arrow. It is going to the right hand side, connected to upward, connected to upward, then take left, right, right. You're going to connect it to revaluation account. It is C up. On the left, now it is one arrow comes down. Oh, it is going to hit with another arrow, revaluation account, C down. With the explanation, if you see up now, take individual items, that is RDD, assets, liability, assets, prepaid. These are all will be debited and the revaluation account will be credited. If you see on the left hand side, revaluation account will be debited and RDD, assets, liabilities will be credited. Finally, to close the revaluation account, if it is a profit, revaluation account is debited, the partner's capital account is credited. If it's a loss, the partner's capital account will be debited and the revaluation account will be credited. Now, this is a very important slide. Each one of you must be conversant. Please don't resort to rote learning, mugging up. No mug up. No mug up. Everything is before you. You can touch, you can feel, you can embrace, you can dance. All the best. Thank you. With reference to all my teachers, based on the last slide, considering the left hand side, I would like to offer my personal explanation to make it very clear. Left hand side, debit, indicates decrease in value of assets. Compare the balance sheet value with the adjustment value and also consider other liabilities. Title of accounts, indicate the account to be mentioned. Avoid writing as particulars. Rupees, enter the amount against each item. 2. The notation, the bookkeeping notation. Please give respect. The new reserve, when the business wants to make new reserve, bring it here as new provision for doubtful debts. Name of the asset. Insert individual name such as plant and machinery, motor vehicles which have gone undergone depreciation or certain assets which have been amortized. Unrecorded liabilities. It indicates the various unrecorded liabilities such as outstanding salaries, rent, or provision for tax specified. Grand total. Insert the total of credit side here. Therefore, what I would like to say, the total is common. Then the difference is the revaluation profit, which will be transferred to the partner's capital account in their whole profit sharing ratio when the credit total is more than the debit total. This is the items which has been based on the previous slides, which has to be explained very, very lucidly. Thank you. On the right hand side, my colleague is the credit. It indicates the gain out of revaluation. Right. It indicates the increase in value of assets and decrease in value of liabilities. Title of account. You have to insert the various title of the accounts. Avoid the word particulars. Rupees. Insert the amount against each item. Uh, the bookkeeping notation. Normally we follow the word by. Then we come down to the other components of the revaluation account on the credit side. Old reserve for doubtful debts. Bring the existing provision from the balance sheet. Look into the debtors portfolio. Name of the asset. Indicate the name of individual assets whose value has been increased. Land and building, investments, and whatever the assets has been given there. Name of the liability. Indicate the liability whose value has been decreased. Normally it pertains to trade creditors. Indicates asset which has not been shown in the balance sheet, unrecorded item. That is, you may bring in your personal assets, that is furniture, motor car, mobile phone, typewriter, whatnot and whatnot. Prepaid items which has not been incorporated, such as the insurance premium, mobile charges, grand total. Now in this case, you have to insert the debit total and, and the difference is what we call the revaluation loss. This loss should be transferred to partner's capital account in the profit sharing ratio. You know how to do it. If the debit total is greater than the credit total, it is the revaluation loss. Thank you. Unlock typical items. There are certain typical items when you travel in the process of preparing the revaluation account. It is my own prescription, therefore my stethoscope is before you. You will come across three unique wordings: buy, to, and worthless. If it is buy, consider the full amount. That is, your asset increased by rupees 2000. Take only 2000. If it is to, consider only the difference. That is, difference between book value and the market value. If it is worthless, the entire amount is useless. Therefore, you must take the full amount. Record the old reserve on the credit side of the revaluation account and the adjustment on the debit side. Don't compare it because this will be going to uh, give lot of problems while preparing the balance sheet. In the balance sheet, you must deduct the new reserve and not old reserve from the debtors. Right? Therefore, you have to have the unlocking of typical items. Let me consider an illustration. K19 and 20 are partners, profit sharing being 3:2. They admit variance on the following balance sheet. Let me consider the liability side. Capital. K19 contributed 12 lakhs. K20 contributed 8 lakhs. Out of 20 lakhs, the cash balance shows rupees 3 lakhs and the balance has been distributed to various assets. To make the revaluation preparation easy, I am recording both the balance sheet value and the adjustment value. Taking one by one, land is recorded at rupees 8 lakh in the balance sheet. Adjustment says that land is valued at rupees 10 lakhs. 5 lakhs is earmarked for plant and machinery. The adjustment says plant depreciate plant by 10%. Fixtures and fittings has been recorded at rupees 3,20,000. Where is the adjustment? There is no adjustment. Building has been appreciated at 20%. The book value is 5,72,000. The motor car, which has a tendency to undergo depreciation, is recorded at rupees 4 lakhs, which adjustment says depreciate motor car by 8%. Patent and trademark is recorded at rupees 1 lakh with no adjustments. Then we come down to the investment. Investment value rupees 4 lakh as per adjustment. In the balance sheet, it is recorded as 3 lakh 28,000. Then we switch over to the trade debtors having the gross as well as the old provision for doubtful debts. 2 lakhs minus 32, 1 lakh 68. Look at the new provision. Increase the reserve 2. 2 is very important. To 34,000. Don't compare it. Account receivable recorded at rupees 1 lakh 50,000. Switch over to the liability side. Considering along with the adjustment, trade creditors has been recorded at rupees 7 lakh 50. Adjustment is creditors agreed to let off 5%. Accounts payable rupees 4 lakh 75. Bank overdraft is recorded as rupees 2 lakh 13,000, having a rider on interest on OD 10% due for 3 months. General reserve is 25,000. 75,000 goes for reserve fund. 1 lakh is dedicated for profit and loss account. Then we will insert the total, grand total, 36 lakh 38,000 asset side, 36 lakh 38,000 liability side, and we must also make a provision for tax rupees 30,000. Based on all these facts, we are expected to prepare a revaluation account. Now please join me so that we can prepare it in a more lucid and compact manner. Thank you. An important slide. Here I will resort to analysis table. Yeah, of course, your head is turning, my head is turning, everybody's will be turning because I am confusing you with too many concepts. The table consists of title, balance sheet value, adjustment value, increase or decrease, what the revaluation should be done. What the revaluation should be done. Either it should be credited or debited. Take land. Land is 8 lakhs balance sheet value, 10 lakhs is the adjustment value, increase is 2 lakhs, yes. Therefore, it has to be credited in the revaluation account. Take the plant. Plant is balance sheet 5 lakhs. You have to depreciate 10%. Naturally, decrease in value. Therefore, revaluation account should be debited. Fixtures. The balance sheet value is 3 lakh 20. There is no change. There is no adjustment. Therefore, neither revaluation account will be debited or credited. Buildings. Balance sheet is 5 lakh 72. Appreciation is 20%. Therefore, increase. It should be credited to revaluation account. Then we come to motor car. Motor car should always be depreciated, right? Therefore, the revaluation account should be debited. Take next one is I don't know why there is that patent. Patent is of course the balance sheet value is given as 1 lakh. No adjustment is given. Therefore, no effect of the revaluation account. Then we come down to investment. Naturally, the investments will always be an upward increase. Therefore, appreciation is 1 lakh 28. Yes, increase. It has to be credited. Now, this I don't know why I left one line. Okay, any receivables? 1 lakh 50. No change. No effect. Cash balances, always be careful, it will neither increase or decrease. Status quo must be maintained. Creditors on the liability side. So decrease in creditors is an income. 7 lakh 50, 5% off. Therefore, there is a decrease in liability. Therefore, it should be credited to revaluation account. Be careful, be careful. Decrease in liabilities is a gain. Decrease in liability is a gain. Therefore, the discount allowed is be credited. Payables, no change. Bank overdraft, you are 2,13,000, no change, same. Then we come down to general reserve. Don't touch it. It belongs to the old partners or existing partners. Same way, we have reserve fund belongs to the existing partner. Don't give it to the incoming partner. Then profit and loss account. Last year's undistributed profit should be distributed to the existing partners, and the new partner is not entitled to get it. Therefore, finally, we prepare the capital account. That capital account should be based on the balance sheet value. Therefore, neither it is increase or decrease, because this is existing partners capital account. You must take into account all aspects. Now, why should I leave some space between investment and receivables? I don't know. Something we have to wait for that, or yeah, transfer to partners capital account. Right? We are debtors. In the case of debtors now, the balance sheet value and the adjustment value. The balance sheet value of 32,000 rupees will be taken to credit side, 34,000 adjustment will be taken to the debit side. Otherwise, you can take the difference. Based on the analysis in the previous slide, I'll prepare the revaluation account under the T format, having left hand side debit, right hand side credit. Credit indicates gain, debit indicates loss. Title of the account, amount, title of the account, amount, to buy. I will post it item by item simultaneously based on the balance sheet components. First is reserve for doubtful debts from balance sheet. Inner column 32,000. Please don't compare, only write the amount given there. Then on the left hand side, insert new reserve as per the adjustment rupees 34,000. Please don't compare, please don't compare. Then the increased value or appreciated value of land, which is rupees 2 lakhs. No? You compare the balance sheet value with the adjustment value. 50,000 rupees has been earmarked for depreciation on plant and machinery. Right? Again, comparing the balance sheet with the adjustment. Building whose value has been appreciated through the given percentage, which amounts to rupees 1,14,400. 1,14,400. Motor vehicles have been depreciated to the extent of rupees 32,000, which has been recorded accordingly. Moving on, we also take into account the investments whose value has been appreciated and recorded as 72,000. See the adjustment. Then we come down to the trade creditors who have agreed to forego or allow us discount, which has been recorded as 37,500. Switching on, we have to pay interest on bank overdraft for 3 months as per the condition, which is 3 by 12, amount to rupees 5,325. Rupees 30,000 has been kept as the provision for tax for the current year. Therefore, we have to incorporate as outstanding expenses. The prepaid expenses not appearing in the balance sheet, by virtue of its adjustment, we have to record it rupees 10,000. Now, insert the credit total, that is 32,000 plus 2 lakhs plus 1 lakh 14,400 plus 72 plus 37,500 plus 10,000, which comes to 4 lakh 65,900. Insert the same on the debit side, 4 lakh 65,900, under the caption grand total, grand total. Find the difference. The difference is 4,65,900 minus 34,000 minus 50,000 minus 32,000 minus 5,325 minus 30,000, which is nothing but the revaluation profit, which works out to be 3,14,575. This amount should be distributed between K19 and K20 in the ratio of 3:2. by virtue of the profit sharing ratio. K19 gets 1,88,745 and K20 will get his share as 1 lakh uh, uh, 25,830. This is what you call you have to pay the partner's capital account. The profit has been transferred. Don't pay to the incoming partner. Thank you. Let me move on to pause journal entries. Debit old reserve 32,000. Debit land rupees 2 lakhs. Debit building 1 lakh 14,400. Debit investment 72,000. Debit trade creditors 37,500. Debit prepaid expenses 10,000. Credit revaluation. Put the total 32 plus 2 lakhs plus 1 lakh 14,400 plus 72,000 plus 37,500 plus 10,000 is equal to 4 lakh 65,900. Narration: appreciation of asset, reduction liability, and incorporation of unrecorded assets. Look at my format. The pencil says correct. Right. To avoid the time as well as to save the slide, I have combined the second entry and the third entry. Debit revaluation 1,51,325. Credit new RVDD 34,000. Credit plant and machinery 50,000. Credit motor vehicles 32,000. Credit interest on water 5,325. Credit tax provision 30,000. Depreciation of assets and incorporation of expenses. The last one, debit revaluation 3,14,575, which is the cumulative total. Credit K19 capital 1,88,745. Credit K20 capital 1,25,830. Add both. That will be debited to revaluation account. Narration: revaluation profit distributed in profit sharing ratio. A challenging slide. Look into the slide. It has been divided into two parts, left hand side and the right hand side. Take the right hand side, the gain. I have listed out certain items: reserve for doubtful debts, land, investments, trade payables, trade creditors, tax provision, prepaid insurance, office furniture on the right hand side, credit side. On the left hand side, new reserve for doubtful debts, buildings, plant and machinery, trade fixtures, motor vehicles, goodwill written off, outstanding expenses, preliminary expenses written off, and the revaluation profit. Based on that, you have to prepare the balance sheet on the date of admission, incorporating the adjustment pertaining to the balance sheet to bring home appreciation, depreciation, loss, unrecorded assets and liabilities. Based on that, you are expected to prepare the balance sheet. Thank you. Based on your understanding of the concepts, I have framed certain quiz program for you. The table says the quiz area, that is the problem area, which suggests answers through A, B, C, D, and your choice. You have to indicate either A or B or C or D. Let us go. Revaluation account is A personal, B nominal, C real, D none. You have to indicate your choice. Increase in value of asset is insert your choice. Revaluation loss is adjusted against your choice. Depreciation is applied to assets such as your choice. Bank and cash balances cannot fluctuate, your choice. Revaluation profit or losses are distributed to your choice. Replace of particulars with title of your choice. Debit indicates expense, credit indicates income, your choice. Prepaid expenses are your choice. Outstanding expenses are your choice. Finally, out of 10 questions, you grade yourself and insert your marks. Thank you. Let me incorporate some more quiz programs, right? The same way. Revaluation profit is distributed in your choice. Revaluation loss is shared by partners, your choice. Revaluation account is also known as your choice. Depreciation is applied to assets such as your choice. If debit and credit totals are same, it is your choice. Normal practice to prepare revaluation account is your choice. When percentage is given, calculate and compare, your choice. If market value is not given, the value is assumed as your choice. If the wording adjustment is to, consider, your choice. If the wording is through, by, record, your choice. Again, evaluate yourself out of 10. Insert your marks. Thank you. Why I have come? Yeah, I'm a Baba Black Sheep, correct. I have certain innocent doubt for which I seek your professional explanation. The doubts on various questions are like this. Can the fixed assets be moved from one place to another? Can a fixed asset be converted to current assets and vice versa? Differentiate between the cash in hand and cash in bank, which is safer. Cash in hand is like a sponge. Can you explain? If assets become obsolete, how do you classify a wet or a solid waste? Why do you treat the computer hardware and software separately? Is there any difference between notes payable and accounts payable? Can you merge the short-term loans with notes payable? Why the undercarded items are not entered in the balance sheet? Friends, these are all my doubts daunting in my mind for last so many years. Can you come to my rescue so that with your explanation I can serve the other batchmates or students with the explanation which you are likely to offer? Thank you.